English voiceover script for wildlife documentary. Part 1. Introduction and the Legend of Wad Vala, the hyena killer. Scene: wide shots of African savanna, lions, and hyenas. The law in the heart of Africa is simple: survival. This land is the stage for true stories of heroism and conflict. One such story is that of a male lion named Wad Vala, a true hero who threw everything into chaos out of fierce dedication to his family. He was a warrior who, following the massacre of his cubs, stood alone against an army of dangerous hyenas. Scene: Savuti National Park, Botswana. Savuti National Park in Botswana, Africa, is home to a diverse array of predators due to its varied climate. Among this incredible group, the presence of lions stands out. And wherever there are African lions, their traditional, persistent, and deeply resentful rivals, the hyenas, are also present. The conflict between these two ferocious animals over territory and food is an inseparable part of Africa. Scene: Wad Vala's arrival and the fight for power. Wad Vala's story began in 1988 when he and his brother entered the Savuti Park. By challenging other lion groups, they established themselves as the new kings and claimed a vast territory. Wad Vala was initially known as Smaller One, but due to his courage and determination, he was later given the title Wad Vala, meaning the one who confronts fire face to face. Although his brother was physically larger, it was Wad Vala who proved that greatness. And Part 2. The hyena threat and the vicious attack. Scene: hyenas hunting and gathering in large groups. The spotted hyenas, known for their incredible power and intelligence, live in large groups of 20 to 40 individuals. In Savuti, they are the true rulers of the area after the lions. These ruthless predators crave the lion's blood. They make life difficult by stealing the lioness's prey and killing their cubs. Scene: the first confrontation and Wad Vala's rage. Everything was going well until the first major tension arose. Lions had hunted a zebra, and the hyenas attacked to steal their food. The hyenas successfully managed to steal a portion of the kill. Consumed by his hatred for hyenas, Wad Vala entered the fray. In his attack, he managed to eliminate 6 of the hyenas. The female leader of the hyenas, having lost 6 members of her clan, was determined to seek revenge. Scene: the massacre of the cubs. The opportunity for the hyenas came when Wad Vala was patrolling a corner of his territory. A group of spotted hyenas attacked the lionesses, and this deadly assault resulted in the death of the largest cub, who was Wad Vala's offspring, and 3 other cubs. His brother, in another part of the territory, could not arrive in time to help. Part 3. The Unforgettable Revenge. Scene: Wad Vala returns to the den. The lionesses attack. Wad Vala returned to his territory to a scene of horror and chaos. On that very day, October 9, 1988, Wad Vala's lionesses decided to retaliate, attacking the hyenas' territory. In an unforgettable battle, the lionesses fought the spotted hyenas for over an hour. But then, in that moment, Wad Vala appeared from the bushes and reached the hyenas' territory. Scene: Wad Vala's full-speed charge and the queen's death. Local conservationists said they had never seen a male lion weighing 220 to 230 kilograms running like that. Wad Vala targeted the hyena queen. He ran towards her with astonishing speed and, with a decisive move, broke the hyena queen's neck. He scattered their 40-member group and drove them out of his territory. But he was still not calm. That same night, Wad Vala attacked the next hyena clan with unparalleled power. This time, he targeted the second queen, taking her down with a painful blow. He then broke the back of the hyena leader, leaving him alive to experience pain and suffering. Scene: conclusion of Wad Vala's life. Because of his courage and heroism, Wad Vala became known as the hyena killer. By the time of his death in 1992 at the hands of an illegal hunter, Wad Vala had eliminated over 43 hyenas. He forced more than 4 hyena clans to abandon their territories. Wad Vala remains in the history of the region's wildlife as a symbol of resistance and power against great threats. Part 4. Lonkito, the oldest king. Scene: vast, dangerous plains of Africa contrast to the quick life of a male lion. On the vast and dangerous plains of Africa, another lion lived a life that became a legend. Most male lions struggle to survive past the age of 10 to 12 in the cruel African wilderness. Yet, this lion endured for approximately 22 years in a world full of ruthless enemies and endless challenges. He earned the title of the oldest lion king of African W. Scene: Lonkito and his brother Amboga. In 2003, two cubs named Amboga and Lonkito were born in the Amboseli Plains. After reaching 3 years of age, they had to leave their pride and face a terrifying life to establish their own. They were a united force, challenging many other lions. Though they faced defeats, they returned stronger after every setback, eventually winning their first pride. Scene: the height of their reign. Maintaining a pride is an immense challenge, especially against the constant threat of new, ambitious male lions. But Lonkito and Amboga, with their powerful alliance, continuously faced ferocious battles. They managed to not only maintain their pride, but also strengthen it for 7 years from 2010 to 2017, establishing themselves as the absolute rulers of the Amboseli Plains in Kenya. Scene: the final challenge, 2017. In 2017, the two brothers were 13 years old. A new, younger, and stronger lion entered the area. Amboga attacked the ambitious challenger, but was severely defeated and wounded. Lonkito attacked for revenge. In a fierce battle, despite being smaller than the younger lion, the 13-year-old Lonkito prevailed. The young, wounded aggressor fled the territory. Lonkito proved that age truly is just a number. Scene: aftermath and Lonkito's solitude. However, this victory came at a great cost. Lonkito bravely stayed by his injured brother, but Amboga soon succumbed to his wounds and died. Lonkito himself had sustained many injuries. Conservationists believed he wouldn't last long, but Lonkito proved himself an exceptional lion by making a full recovery and returning to his throne. This time, Lonkito was alone. Part 5. The End of the Legend. Scene: Lonkito in old age fighting drought. By 2020, Lonkito was 17 and lost his pride due to old age. He could no longer hunt as he used to and had to endure alone. Old age, combined with the scars of years of battle and a terrible drought, made life incredibly difficult for the unbeatable king. Yet, the will to live and the power of the old sultan did not fade. He kept himself alive, sometimes by catching fish and occasionally by stealing kills from hyenas. Lonkito had become the oldest lion in the wild. Tourists flocked to the region to witness this elderly animal and feel his instinct for survival. Scene: Lonkito's son and the final days. In the last year of his life, Lonkito caught a big break. He was no longer alone. One of his sons, Mgrabs, had become a powerful lion with his own pride and territory. Mgrabs often allowed his father to take his share of the kill before anyone else, protecting the old lion. Scene: the final hunt and death. In 2023, a long and unusual drought gripped the entire region. Even his son's pride was struggling to hunt. Weakened and having gone without food for a long time, Lonkito decided to leave the boundary and try his luck at hunting one last time. Lonkito targeted some of the local villagers' cattle and made his final kill. Soon after, a group of villagers, mourning the loss of their cattle, attacked Lonkito with spears and killed him. Lonkito died on May 11, 2023, at the age of 22. He lived and breathed in the wild longer than any other lion. Next step. Lionface expanded English voiceover script for wildlife documentary. Part 1. Introduction, The African Crucible, and the Rise of Wad Vala, 0 to 3 minutes. Scene: wide shots of African savanna, emphasizing harshness and beauty. The African savanna, vast and unforgiving, operates under a single, brutal law: survival of the fittest. This crucible of life is where legendary sagas unfold, like the tale of a fierce male lion named Wad Vala. His dedication to his family led him to defy the odds and single-handedly confront overwhelming danger. Scene: Savuti National Park, Botswana. Focus on the diverse ecosystem. Savuti National Park in Botswana is a unique ecosystem, home to a stunning array of predators. Yet, the mighty presence of the African lion is undeniably dominant. Scene: introduce hyenas. Show the tension between the two species. But where lions roam, their ancient, relentless rivals are always lurking. Spotted hyenas, tough and deeply vengeful, are masters of survival themselves. Their clashes over territory and food are the defining conflict of this landscape. These cunning scavengers frequently steal the lion's hard-earned kills, making life a constant struggle. Scene: Wad Vala and his brother's arrival, 1988. In 1988, two lion brothers arrived in Savuti. By strategically challenging the established males, they asserted their dominance and claimed a huge new territory. The younger brother, though initially called Smaller One, quickly earned the formidable title Wad Vala, meaning the one who confronts fire face to face. Scene: compare the two brothers. Focus on Wad Vala's intensity. Wad Vala's brother was larger in stature, but Wad Vala possessed an unmatched fighting spirit and immense courage. He was proof that true strength and majesty transcend mere body size. He always appeared more powerful and awe-inspiring than his sibling. Part 2. The rising conflict and the first bloody confrontation, 3 to 8 minutes. Scene: hyenas shown in their large, powerful groups. The spotted hyenas were a persistent threat, known for their exceptional intelligence and might. They live and hunt in formidable groups of 20 to 40 individuals. After the lions, they held true power in Savuti. These cruel hunters constantly harassed the lions, not only by claiming their buffalo and zebra kills, but by targeting the vulnerable cubs. Scene: daily life. Lions hunting large prey. Thanks to their combined power, the two brothers targeted large prey like buffalo and zebras, as food was plentiful. Life was prosperous for the pride. Scene: the clash over the zebra kill. The peace was shattered when the hyenas attacked the pride over a zebra kill. The hyenas, swift and numerous, managed to steal a portion of the meat. Scene: Wad Vala's fury. Slow-motion shots of his charge. Wad Vala, fueled by his deep-seated hatred for the scavengers, charged into the mass of hyenas. This was not a defense, it was a personal war. In a terrifying display of brute force and speed, he struck down 6 of the attackers. Scene: Hyena Queen and her plotting. The hyena clan leader, a dominant female, watched her clan reel from the loss. 6 members gone. The defeat was unacceptable. She was consumed by a burning desire for retribution. She began to watch the lion pride, waiting for the exact moment the two mighty brothers would be separated. Part 3. The tragedy and Wad Vala's unforgettable vengeance, 8 to 14 minutes. Scene: the stealth attack on the lionesses and cubs. The opportunity arrived when Wad Vala was patrolling the distant edge of his massive territory. A large group of spotted hyenas infiltrated the den. The attack was swift and brutal. The largest cub, Wad Vala's own offspring, was tragically killed, along with 3 other young cubs. Wad Vala's brother was too far away to intervene. Scene: Wad Vala returns. Wad Vala returned to a scene of terror and devastation. The silence of loss was heavier than any roar. Scene: the lionesses counterattack. Driven by their own grief, the lionesses decided they would not wait. On that same day, October 9th, 1988, they launched a courageous, desperate raid into the very heart of the hyena territory. This bold push had the potential to shift the balance of power in Savuti forever. Scene: the hour-long fight. Then Wad Vala's dramatic entrance. The lionesses fought the spotted hyenas for over an hour in a fierce, grueling battle. But then, in the middle of the melee, a new force appeared. Wad Vala burst from the bushes, reaching the hyena territory. Scene: focus on Wad Vala's running and the final act. Conservationists who witnessed the event swore they had never seen a lion of his size, roughly 220 to 230 kilograms, move with such incredible, desperate speed. He had one target, the hyena queen. He closed the distance in a flash and, with one single, definitive motion, he snapped the queen's neck. The sight of their leader's death was enough to shatter the 40-strong group, who scattered and fled from his territory. Scene: the second attack, focusing on his brutality. But his rage was not yet satisfied. That very night, Wad Vala unleashed his unparalleled power on a second hyena clan. He targeted the second queen, taking her life with a painful assault. Then, he performed a gruesome act. He broke the back of the hyena leader, leaving the crippled animal alive to endure the pain and suffering of his defeat. Part 4. Lonkito, the enduring monarch, 14 to 20 minutes. Scene: Wad Vala's legacy. Transition to Lonkito. Wad Vala's bravery made him infamous as the hyena killer. He eliminated over 43 hyenas and drove out more than 4 clans before his death in 1992 by a poacher. He remains a symbol of defiance and strength. Scene: introduce Lonkito. Set the stage for the challenge of age. In the vast, dangerous plains of Africa, another lion's life became legendary. Lonkito, who survived for approximately 22 years, earned the title of the oldest lion king. Most male lions are lucky to survive past 10 or 12 years. Lonkito was defying time itself. Scene: the early years and partnership with Amboga, 2003. Lonkito and his brother Amboga were born in 2003 in the Amboseli Plains. Their path was typical but exceptionally brutal: leave the pride, face the wild, and fight to establish their own lineage. They faced repeated defeats, but unlike other lions who lose confidence and vanish, Lonkito and Amboga used their failures to sharpen their skills and returned stronger. They eventually won their first pride. Scene: the height of their 7-year reign. Establishing a pride is one thing, holding it is another challenge entirely. Lonkito and Amboga, bound by a powerful alliance, continuously plunged into savage battles against invading males and for territorial expansion. Their strength was legendary. For 7 straight years from 2010 to 2017, they ruled